Hey guys, my name is Ms. Shields and I'm your AP seminar teacher for the 2019-2020 school year. I wanted to give parents and students a more in-depth overview over the syllabus and expectations of this course, mostly because I know that sometimes parents aren't able to meet or come to open house, and sometimes students just need to hear it again. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understands what's happening this year, and so we can have a smooth year and make sure everybody understands what's happening. So let's get into it. I wanted to give you guys the idea of what capstone is. Well, AP Seminar and AP Research are the two capstone classes, and so basically students are being challenged to do research and produce academic studies, academic research, original research. So AP Seminar is the prerequisite to AP Research. They are both college level courses, and students who score a 3 or higher in both courses and some other AP classes can get a capstone certificate or a capstone diploma, and it could help them get college credit at a plethora of universities. So expectations for academic success in my class. So I just ask that you give your best effort every day. And I know that's not going to be the same every day. Sometimes you're sick, sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're just in a bad mood. I just ask that you give me your very best every day. This class is not a competition, and I know some of our students are very competitive when it comes to academics, but it will benefit you and others to help and uplift your classmates. It also will help you to take chances and push yourself. This is one of those classes where I see kids grow exponentially if they just try. It's not a I got you course. You are basically the captain of your own ship, and depending on how far you're willing to go, depends on how far you are you're gonna grow. So I ask that you also give me solutions, not excuses. Again, like I said, you're kind of the captain of your own ship. I will help guide you, but there are things that you're gonna need to be aware of, and you're gonna need to prepare for. You know your shortcomings better than I do, and so we got to figure out a way how to make sure that you're successful in everything you do in this class as well as at school. Remember, your work is a reflection of you. I will say that we're going to be talking about this a lot, especially because some of the AP seminar readers said that they need students to write neatly. The EOC at the end of the year is handwritten, so we are going to be making sure that you guys are submitting assignments that are not that are reflective of you and not indicative of anything less than what you can put out. Written assignments need to be in black ink. They need to also be, if they are typed or submitted, and I mean like your final papers, they need to be typed Times New Roman 12-point font, black ink, double spaced, and saved as a PDF. You'll still be typing in Times New Roman in OneNote, which is the application that we use for my class. However, you won't be able to save it as a PDF because you'll be typing it into a live notebook. But we'll talk more about it when you get access to it and can see it. Parents, if you would like to have access to your students' OneNote, all you have to do is email me at the email that I showed you above, or it's in my syllabus, or you can go to the CVHS website and I will help you guys get set up into OneNote. You just need a computer that has Microsoft tools with OneNote in it, and then I can get you guys linked up. Okay, so I need you guys to be proactive in this course. This course really is designed to have you work with groups and manage your time wisely. There's a lot of flexibility, and depending on you being proactive and managing your time well and knowing all the expectations that are coming and being able to handle several things, you're going to need to work well within the timelines given. So I just need you guys to be proactive. If you see there's a problem with you and your group and you're not communicating well, or you see there's a problem with how you've scheduled your goal sheet or how you're doing your project, it is best for you to come ahead of time before it becomes a real problem and your grade suffers, okay? So you need to know that assignments, I do not take them late, but we'll talk more about that later. And you need to be very careful about this because in the spring semester, you're submitting not just to me for a class grade, but you're also submitting to College Board. And the digital portfolio where you upload your final AP assessed papers closes at a certain time. So you need to make sure that you're being proactive and managing your time responsibly. Okay, so the in-class grading policy, there's two, okay, because I have to report local grades to the HISD as well as the state, and I'm also reporting scores to College Board. This grading policy pertains to the HISD grading scale, which you'll see on your report cards, your progress report. So the projects, which includes like presentations, Socratic seminars, and your papers will be 40%. Classwork and quiz grades will be 30%. Participation is 10%. Homework is 20%. Again, I do not take late work, but I'm doing something a little different this year, which I'm going to talk to you about. So this year we're going to have what I call passports. They will have like two sections where they'll look like passports, but basically you'll have 4 passes per year, 2 per semester. So if you miss an assignment, because I don't take late work, so if you miss an assignment, you have the choice to either get an excuse in the grade book, or I will accept it for full credit within the certain deadline, and then I will notate on your passport which assignment and when that was. So you only get 2 per semester. If you lose it, you forfeit this opportunity altogether. So it's important that you keep up with your passport. Okay, field lesson policy. So sometimes we have students who participate in certain clubs or groups or are in certain competitions. All I ask is that you tell me beforehand and that you don't miss assignments. Pacing and structure of this course. So the way this course is structured is that the first half is where teachers can give students direct instruction and feedback on their papers, on things that they're doing, on their presentations. The second semester is the assessment part, and all of you who have been in the state of Texas or in any public school system where they have standardized testing know that in those types of tests, teachers and adults are not allowed to give feedback or explain things in detail because it is a test, and essentially when we come back we start our assessments, and our assessments are a little different, so sometimes parents and students get confused as to why I can't tell them things explicitly. But after January, when we come back from Christmas, our assessment starts. Tutorials. If a student receives below a 70 on a major assignment, so say for example an essay presentation or project, they may attend tutorials during lunch within receiving the grade to receive a better score. So you will receive assistance on an assignment from me, and the original assignment and the redo will be given an average together for a better score. Keep in mind this doesn't apply to the AP score, class grades only. So supplies needed. You will need 2 packs of black pens, as those are the only type of ink I accept. 2 packs of highlighters. You'll need different colors. You need some type of Google Drive or Cloud Drive where you can back up some of your essays. You'll want to keep that stuff, and 1 box of tissue. It is important and it is required that I explain to you guys, and we'll talk more about it, and I'll even give you guys a chance to get extra credit with a quiz on this plagiarism policy as well as the rest of the syllabus. I am required by Capstone to explain this to you guys in depth. So let's go through this. A student who fails to acknowledge through citation, through attribution, by reference, and or through acknowledgement and bibliographic entry, the source or author of any or all information or evidence taken from the work of someone else will receive a score of 0 on that particular component of the AP seminar and or AP research performance task assessment. In AP seminar, a team of students that fails to properly acknowledge sources or authors or on the team multimedia project will receive a group score of 0 for that component of the performance task. To the best of their ability, teachers will ensure that students understand ethical use and acknowledgement of the ideas and works of others, as well as the consequences of plagiarism. The student's individual voice should be clearly evident, and the ideas of others must be acknowledged, attributed, and or cited. So we're going to go into the College Board grading system. There are 3 major components that comprise of your AP seminar score. Performance task 1 consists of the team multimedia project as well as the individual research report. The total score of that performance task is 20%. The team project and the individual research report both comprise 50% of that. So the TMP and the IRR are both 10%. Okay. Performance task 2 is individual written argument, and you have a individual multimedia presentation that comprises of 35% of your AP seminar score. The argument essay is 70% of that 35%, and the individual multimedia presentation is 20% of that 35%. And in this case, they grade the oral defense separately as well, not like the first part, and that comprises of 10% of the 35%. So I know you're probably looking at the times and the word count. So this is for in the spring. In the fall, we will do small snippets of this, kind of like when you go to Costco or Sam's and they have sample size. We'll have sample sizes of these so that students will have experience with these assessments, but at a smaller scale. Okay. The final performance task is the EOC, and this is 2 hours now. 2 hours, and it is 45% of the total score. Okay, part A, which is a short 3-question answer section, is 30% of the 45%, and part B is an essay response, which is 70% of that 45%. So this is how our class is going to look throughout the year. We're going to have our first theme, which is superheroes, which will go from August 26th to October 23rd. We'll do a research report, a 5 to 8 minute team presentation, oral defense. Then we'll have October 24th through December 26th, themed new activism, and we'll have a 500-word essay and a presentation and oral defense. Okay, and like I said, these will be shortened, so probably no more than 4 minutes. Okay. In the spring, like I said, that's when we start our assessment. So January 6th through February 28th, we start performance task 1. They do the individual research report, team multimedia presentation, and defense. Then March 2nd through April 15th, we'll do the individual written arguments, which takes a good amount of time. So because everybody has to do their own thing. Then May 12th is when we actually have our AP EOC exam, and then we start to introduce and get students prepared for AP research. I hope all of this makes sense. Again, I am here when you need me. I respond very quickly and I'm very responsive when it comes to email. Please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. I'm here to help. And again, parents, if you want to be able to access your child's OneNote, please just contact me and I will walk with you step by step to make sure that you can do what you need to do. We won't be setting those up till later, but I look forward to working with you and your child this year, and I look forward to a great school year. See you later.